Happy Friday, everybody. This is Karen Jones. This morning, the street committee broke the news to you about the exposure of live TB by students at Lee High School. A letter was distributed to parents last week regarding this. So I made a few calls and to confirm with the Montgomery County Public Health Department, and made people aware on Facebook, and had people to call the health department themselves and their doctors. The Montgomery Advertiser reporter Josh Moon further investigated the matter to make it public. But no one else in the media, nor the Alabama Public Health Department or school system, made it available to the public. And I'm just saying, the Public Health Law of 2010 clearly says, and you all can go to ADPH and pull it up, that subsection 22-11A-9 says tuberculosis cases to be reported. Any physician who diagnoses or treats a case of active TB, the administrator of any hospital, dispensary, correctional facility, or other institution in which there is a case of active TB, the person in charge of any lab performing a positive test for active or suspected active TB, and pharmacists dispensing anti-TB medication shall report this information to the state health officer. Now, after that, the State Board of Health investigates, in which I guess they were doing, because they met this week, per Dr. McIntyre, with with the school system superintendent. Now, I don't know if they went to China, because that's what I asked her, because the Superintendent Baba Wawa, Dr. Wannabe, but hadn't gotten it yet, is in China. So I don't know who they met with, which school superintendent they met with, but the Board of Health, the state employee from the health department said that they met with the school official. Again, that's good, but if you don't make the public aware, and what she was telling me is TB isn't what it used to be. Well, I'm glad it's not what it used to be, but don't nobody want it, period. What we trying to, you don't want it, especially if you don't have insurance. If you have low immune system, people just don't want TB, just for the simple reason it's not what it used to be. Now, Chapter 11A, notifiable diseases, A1 through 124, it says the State Board of Health to designate notifiable diseases and health conditions. And 11A-2 says persons responsible to report diseases, content of reports, confidential information, person making report immune from liability. Each physician, dentist, nurse, medical examiner, hospital administrator, nursing home administrator, lab director, school principal, and daycare center director shall be responsible to report cases or suspected cases of notifiable diseases and health conditions. So what they did was allow this student, whatever classes he was in, those letters went to those parents. 127 letters went out of the classes that he was in to notify them that this child, it has live tuberculosis and that you need to come to the county health department for a test. What strikes me is that it wasn't in the the newspaper, but she did say, Dr. Mary McIntyre said that they're going to be releasing a press release that the active disease, basically the student, they have to ID the student or person, then the family members, and anybody that they really had close contact with. If the rate of positivity is higher than the baseline rate, then you go higher to expand your testing of others. So if they tested 125 people, we don't know if they've tested, they just sent those notices out to 125 people, and if it's greater than 5% come back positive for TB, then they have to expand the testing to other people. So I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician, but 10% you would know would be 12 and a half people. You don't count half, so say 13 people. But so you have that, which is 5%. I'm just giving you a little math, something to give you a little math over the summer. So out of 125 people, greater than 5%, which means over 6 people, 7 or 8 people. If 7 or 8 people come back positive with the TB test coming back positive, then they would expand the testing to more individuals in the school. So question is, for the Dame of Notre Dame, aka Superintendent Barbara excuse me, Dr. Barbara excuse me again, Dr. Barbara Thompson, who is in China, and when she returns, how you gonna handle? We gotta wait till you return to handle this, or what's going on? Because they said they met with you this week, and we know you've been in China. So I know whoever they met with and didn't disseminate it, she gonna be so hot, upset. But I wonder, did the school principal report it to the parents? And I know the Dr. Mary McIntyre said that they had a case. It's really nothing to be concerned with, because TB isn't what it used to be. You know, still doesn't make sense to me. But at any rate, whether it's what it used to be, it is what it is today. And she said in Birmingham, in a private school, predominantly white, they had an outbreak of TB that the school and parents didn't want to be made known to the public. Well, you know, in this public health law of Alabama 2010, you must make it known to the public, regardless about the parents. But you know, private schools are under different auspices other than public schools. But at any rate, parents, these are the things that go on in this school. They're not making you aware. Please stay on top of your game. You know, you can go down there and get your testing. They say the way that they put it out to the public and make it known to the public, they first sit with the school system. Now, how many of y'all were made aware from the school system? Did the school call you, put out on the iNow or whatever they use to alert you all that it was a potential threat? And only until we put it on Facebook and letting it be known, they want to do a press release. I'm talking about the health department. And you remember about 2 years ago, as she was saying, when JD had that TB scare, that they did a town hall meeting over there. So there could be a possible town hall meeting coming about at Lee to discuss this TB awareness or lack thereof. And I hope they bring information for you all. But you have the right as a parent and as a student who attend Lee, have children who attend Lee, because due to the HIPAA law, you won't know who the person is. They won't tell you who the person is with TB, but you can get tested. So call the local health department. Because at first Dr. McIntyre was kind of fired up when she called me. It just seemed like she was on a defensive mode, and I had to tell her, wait. No, when you have questions, it needs to be answered. It's serious. And although TB isn't what it used to be, it is, again, what it is. And I just don't want TB or my family members with TB because it isn't what it used to be. So at any rate, parents, please remain vigilant in being engaged in your child's education and your awareness of what's going on. And even though school is out, there are still things that you can do and must do to remain engaged in your child's education. Because when Superintendent Baba Wawa Thompson come back to town, I hear it's gonna be some more transfers and demotions. We'll report on that when she get back. This is the Street Committee reporting about the Lee High School active TB case. We'll read the paper and continue to call the health department. If they don't keep you informed, we will.